Listen, I'm gonna need you to grab your kombucha, grab your tea, grab your coffee, whatever it is that floats your boat, all right? Because we're going to get into some things today. You really wanna know why you're not where you want to be? You really wanna know why you're not successful? Let's talk about it. Well, hello, beautiful people. It's your girl, Shy Bivia, and welcome back to my channel. Listen, if you are new here, thanks for stopping by and hitting that play button. On this channel, I share lifestyle, side hustle, and business gems that can help you improve the quality of your life and business. So you guys, today, I'm not really going to be talking about business today. There's something that has been on my heart for the past few days, and I'm extremely passionate about it. So today's video is going to be more unscripted, and we're just going to get right into it, okay? We're gonna get right into it because let's go. All right, what I really wanted to share today, right, is some of the things that you need to quit doing in order to become successful, or in order to get to that next level or that next season of your life, right? And success may not mean the same thing for you as it does for me. Success for me is the harmony of peace, resilience, and joy. You know, things that give me peace, things that give me joy. All right, success may mean something different for you, okay? And that's another thing that we need to stop doing, is stop comparing, you know, what other success look like to your success, okay? Or comparing where others are comparing to where you are or where you want to be, right? So that brings me to my absolute first point, right? The first thing that you absolutely must stop doing is stop comparing yourself to others. Stop comparing other people's life to yours. And I know this is really hard to do, especially in this day and age when we're just scrolling on social media. And that's one of the reasons why, honestly, I try my best not to spend, you know, hours out of the day scrolling on social media. I may spend a couple minutes, you know, to catch up or something. And, you know, so I used to spend time scrolling on social media, comparing myself and comparing my life to others. It's not healthy, right? And that's one of the first things that you absolutely must stop doing, okay? It is not healthy for you to be scrolling on social media, seeing what everybody else is doing and comparing, you know, their life to yours, okay? You've maybe been saving for that dream house or that dream car, or your desire is to, you know, get that dream home or something, but you're in a season right now that does not allow you to have that at this moment, right? But you're working on it, and then you scroll on social media and you see that, you know, your friend from high school just bought their dream house, right? The exact type of house that you desire to have, right? And now this makes you feel inadequate, right? It makes you feel less than. It makes you feel that like you're not ahead and you're not where you want to be, right? Because you're now comparing yourself to somebody else's success when it's just not your season for that. You're working on things, right? You will get there, maybe not in a year, maybe in 2 years, right? But it's just not your season. It's their season, right? For them to have bought their dream home, okay? You don't know the work that they've been doing in the background, all right? The nights that they spend up, you know, whatever they've been doing, okay? So that's one of the reasons why you can't compare yourself to other people. It's okay to be inspired, like, wow, awesome. You know, I'm so happy for that person. My season is coming. That's it. Keep it moving. But don't dwell on the fact that, oh my gosh, I'm like so less than right now. I feel so behind, you know, I feel like I haven't accomplished anything in life. I feel like I'm just stuck here. I'm just stuck in this season and I will never get ahead. That's not the mentality that you should have. Okay, you want to have a grateful mentality. Have a heart of gratitude instead, okay? Be thankful instead. Be thankful, you know, for that person. Be happy for that person, right? Be happy for that person that they were able to purchase their dream home, and just tell yourself your season is coming. But don't dwell on the fact that you currently don't have what they have. Okay, or you have not yet accomplished what they were able to accomplish. Do not dwell on that. So that's one of the first things that you need to stop doing in order to become successful. The second thing that you need to stop doing, okay, and this one I'm really passionate about, is stop spending so much time and effort focusing on the negative. All right, now let's get into let's really get into this, because some of us don't even realize the amount of time that we spend focusing on negative situations. Let me give you an example. If you are somebody who, just scrolls on social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, right, just to find a video or a post that you can critique and, exude all this negative energy just to express how horrible the video was, or just to point out, that somebody said something incorrectly, and, all these things. Yeah, don't be that person that just scrolls on social media just to point out somebody's flaws, right? Or point out that somebody said a word incorrectly, or somebody pronounced the word incorrectly or something, right? And exude all of this energy. Listen, the time and the energy that you are taking to respond to that person, you could be doing something else, okay? Something else positive, right? I don't know why people spend all the time in the world just to bring people down on social media. It's just not worth it. It's so time consuming. Why bother? Half the time, people aren't even really going to see your comments anyway. So why spend your precious time and energy, right, going after that person when the video or the post had absolutely nothing to do with you? Have you ever heard the term, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say it at all? I'm not saying that you shouldn't stand up for yourself, or that you should not speak up, if somebody is abusive, physical abusive, verbally abusive towards you. You absolutely want to speak what's on your mind, right? You want to speak up, you want to say what you mean what you say, but say it with grace, right? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if something has absolutely nothing to do with you and you go out of your way just to comment something negative, okay? Stop doing that, right? That's too much, putting too much negative energy out there, and all that's going to happen is you're just going to attract negative energy and negative things back to yourself, okay? Stop focusing so much on negative situations, all right? In addition to that, right, sometimes we wake up, and one thing goes wrong, but then we don't realize all the other great things that are happening, right? And that has happened, right? Be grateful, okay? Sometimes we're just not grateful, and then we wonder why, all of these negative things seem to be happening. But that's because you focus so much on the negatives that you don't even see the positive things that are around you, or the positive things that are happening, right? We have to be grateful and learn to have grateful hearts, all right? Things could have been worse, right? If you look around, there are people who are dealing with worse things than what you are dealing with, all right? Another point I want to make, okay, another thing you need to stop doing is stop caring so much about what people think, okay? And I'm passionate about this one, honey, because I used to care so much about what people think. Every now and then I have my moments, right? But that's one of the things that I find hold people back so much, right? Whether in business, okay, they're afraid to, execute this business idea because they're afraid that people are going to think it's a wacky idea, or it's crazy, or, they're afraid to post, right, or promote their business on social media because they care so much about what people think. Stop caring about what people think, okay? People will think what they think about you until the day you die, all right? People will talk about you. People will think what they think. You can't control everything, all right? Some of us feel like we can control everything, but we can't control what others think about us, okay? So stop trying so hard, right? Be yourself. Be yourself. Stop trying so hard to be somebody else, or to be what you think people want you to be. There's no fun in that. There's no fun in not being able to show up as your authentic self. Quick example, I know people who have told me, they've always wanted to start a YouTube channel and this and that, but they're afraid of this and they're afraid of that. Just start the channel, okay? There are people who will be drawn to your personality, okay? I don't care if you're doing makeup. Some people say, oh, makeup is oversaturated. No, it's not oversaturated, because nobody has your personality, and people are drawn to not just the type of content, like if it's makeup or if it's vegan food or something, or natural hair, right? But they're drawn a lot of times to the creator, all right? Not just the content, but they're drawn to the creator. They're drawn to the personality. They like how that person makes them feel. They like that person's smile. They like that person's, accent or whatever, okay? So stop caring so much about what people think, and you just focus on showing up as your authentic self, okay? Quick example of how I used to be so caught up in what people think, right? So when I was in flight training, right, a few years ago, to become a flight attendant. When we would practice saying the announcements, reading the announcements and saying the announcements, I never really liked doing the announcements because I knew that I had an accent. Like some things that I say or some words that I said came out more than some, so I didn't really like saying it. But for some reason, a lot of my classmates liked when I spoke. They liked when I, said the announcements and stuff like that. But anyway, fast forward, long story short, when I actually became a flight attendant, I never really liked being the A position, which is like the flight lead, which means that you would have to do most of the announcements, right? I absolutely would avoid it at all costs. Okay, do not, when scheduling called, they better not call for me to be the A position, okay? Because I'm not doing the announcements. All right, and so I was so caught up in the way I said certain words like comfortable, right? The American English, they say, anyway, where I'm from, the Caribbean, okay, I pronounce syllables, okay? I pronounce my syllables, so I pronounce the T's, right? In the American English, they don't really pronounce certain syllables, or don't quote me on that, but, where I'm from, Caribbean girl, in the Caribbean, we pronounce our syllables, okay? So, for example, sometimes my husband even teases me of how I say comfortable or vegetable or eligible. I say words differently, and it is what it is, okay? And so I never liked really doing the announcements because I'm like, oh, here I go, I'm gonna say this word, or water, or whatever. I said certain words differently than how people who are born here in the United States said certain words. So I was a little bit insecure about that. But other people may have liked it, but for me, I was so insecure and caught up about, what people think. I even had somebody some time ago commented on one of my videos. I think I was talking about business or something, and I said entrepreneur. I don't know, I may have said it differently than how the typical person would say entrepreneur. He commented on my video saying, did she say entrepreneur, or whatever he said, but maybe to him, I said it differently than what he was used to, how he grew up hearing it, right? And so not because I said it differently than what he was expecting, it doesn't mean that I don't know how to spell it. It doesn't mean that I'm less intelligent than he is. It does not mean anything, okay? Even if I don't know how to spell it, that's not his business, all right? So, and that goes back to, spending so much time pointing out the negative things, okay? So people like those you need to ignore. Don't be so caught up about what people say about you or what they think about you. People will always talk, all right? By next week, they're gonna move on anyway to somebody else or something else. So don't spend your life and spend your energy being so caught up in what this person has to say about you. It's not your business, okay? What people think about you is none of your business. I know it sounds ridiculous, it sounds crazy, but believe it or not, it has nothing to do with you, okay? Those people don't pay your bills, all right? Those people aren't going to determine how successful you become. So it does not have anything to do with you. Let people think what they want to think and let people talk. Okay, because to go back to that example, I mean, there's so many dialects, there's so many accents, there's so many languages, in this world, there's so many countries, right? And so not everyone will say words or pronounce words the exact same way how you are used to, how there's different customs and norms, right? If you travel enough, you'll realize that it's a waste of time to tease somebody, right? Unless you really mean well and you're not trying to hurt somebody's feelings, there's no point in being negative about somebody's accent or the way they say something. Okay. On to the next point. I don't want to dwell too much on one point, but I'm really, really passionate about it, okay? Because some of y'all focus too much on the negative, okay? I need to virtually wake some of y'all up, virtually slap some of y'all upside the head or something, okay? I'm really, really, really passionate about this, and so that's why I've spent a lot of time on this topic, but let's move on to the next thing. Another thing that you absolutely must stop doing, okay, must quit doing today in order to become successful is to stop doubting yourself. OMG, I see this so much. I talk to so much people who, a lot of you book like consultations with me and stuff like that, which that season is actually rightfully over for me. I'm no longer really doing free coaching. I did that for almost a year. Now all we're doing right now is doing discovery calls, actual discovery calls with people who are actually looking to work with a coach, which I can get into that into another time. But I want you to stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting yourself, okay? A lot of times, people, outsiders, believe in you more than you even believe in yourself. Why do you think that people come to you about certain things? Why is it that you're the first person, right, people call when they're dealing with certain things? It's because they believe in you. So why don't you believe in yourself? And a lot of times, a lot of us get stuck, and it's because of our disbelief that causes us not to take action, okay? And so that's why a lot of us are stagnant, right? You're stagnant because you don't believe in yourself. And you have to go back to the underlying issue. Why is it that I don't believe in myself? Ask yourself that question. Why is it that I don't believe in myself? Like, I know I can do this thing, but why don't I have the mentality that I am truly capable? Yes, it's normal for the negative thoughts to creep in, right? But you have to remind yourself, okay? If you are a person of faith, if you are a Christian, I am a woman of faith, I am a Christian. And so I have to talk back, right, to the enemy when he's trying to tell me, oh, I'm no good, I can't do this, I'm not worthy of this, or I'm not qualified for this, I'm not qualified for that. I am qualified, okay? My Father says I'm qualified. My Father says that I am fearfully and wonderfully made, right, in God's image. My Father says I am capable, and my Father says I am worthy of this, right? So you have to talk back, okay? This is now going into, spiritual realm of things, but you have to talk back, right, to those negative thoughts in your mind, okay? Because yes, it is natural for the negative thoughts to come in. We can't really, stop the negative thoughts from coming in, but what are you doing when those negative thoughts come in? Are you just laying down and just accepting what the negative thoughts are saying? Are you consuming that? Are you repeating that? Are you waking up every single day repeating what the enemy has whispered into your ears? Oh, you're no good, or you're never going to be this. You're never going to be successful. You're never going to make $100,000. You're never going to make $1 million. You're never going to launch. You're never going to write that book. You're never going to this. You're never going to start that business. Are you listening to that? Are you repeating that? Stop repeating what the enemy has been telling you. Stop repeating what the enemy has been whispering in your ears, okay? You have to fight back and you have to talk back, okay? The Bible talks about that, all right? You have to talk back to the enemy. You have to talk back to the people who are telling you, oh, this is not gonna work. You need to cut some of those people off. Sometimes we have to cut certain people off. I don't care who it is. You can love people from a distance, all right? Love them from a distance. You don't have to talk to them every day. I don't care if it's your mom. I don't care if it's your dad, if it's your sister. You don't have to talk to them every day. Sometimes we have to move away from, the people and the things in life that's not serving our well-being. It's not serving what we need them to serve, okay? We need people in our lives that's going to bring deposits as well, and not just withdrawals. Somebody, okay? We need people in our lives that's going to also give us deposits and not just withdrawals. If you have people in your life or things in your lives that is just taking withdrawals from you, then you need to withdraw yourself, honey, okay? You need to withdraw yourself from those people and from those situations. People who drain you, they drain your energy, they drain your positive energy. They're not going to help you to get ahead, and they're going to keep pulling you down with them. All right. I don't even know why I went there, but stop doubting yourself. Okay. Stop doubting yourself. And if you find yourself around people and situations that continue to cause you to doubt yourself, then you need to remove yourself from those people and from those situations. The people that you want to surround yourself with are people who inspire you, people who pull you out of your comfort zone, people who challenge you for the better, people who, they speak the truth and speak it in love. Okay. People who are going to really challenge you to get to your next level and to get to your next season. You don't need to be around people who, all they do is gossip, or they don't want anything good for themselves. They think that all your goals and your aspiration is too large. It's never going to happen. You don't need to be around people like that, because all they will do is to have you continue to doubt yourself. Another thing, finally, that I want you to stop doing, you absolutely must stop doing in order to become successful, is stop being the victim. Some people like to play the victim so that their ego can stay intact, right? They blame everything else around them, everybody else around them, but themselves, okay? Don't be that person. Do not be that person. Life is not out to get you. Yes, life absolutely does happen, but it's not just out to get you. If you think that way, I don't know about you, but yes, I'm a woman of faith, but I also do believe in the law of attraction. I do believe that whatever you put out, you get. And if you tell yourself that, oh my gosh, the life is just out to get me, then it's going to seem like that. Okay, you're basically telling the universe, life should basically get you. Okay, so you want to be careful of what you're thinking. Stop playing the victim. Life is not out to get you. All right, I don't want this video to be super long, but I just really wanted to jump on. Oh, and another thing, can I throw this in? Can I throw this in? This was not really supposed to be in here, but another thing that you need to quit. Some of y'all need to quit your jobs, okay? And yes, I said it. And listen, disclaimer here. Disclaimer. Please do not go quit your jobs tomorrow and then come back and say that, you know, Shy Baby said that you should quit your job. Consult with whoever you need to consult with, okay? Or do your own analysis to see if this is worth doing. But anyway, the reason why I say that is because some of your jobs, okay, I speak with so many people, right? I talk to so many people, and a lot of your jobs are so draining. It takes so much out of you, right? It takes so much of your energy, so much of your time, even just commuting to work, right? It takes so much of your time that you don't even get the time that you want to work on that thing that you're passionate about or work on that business, because you're so drained with work. You're so drained building somebody else's company that you don't even get the time to put in 2 to 3 hours a day building your own company. And in addition to that, some of you are so consumed with jobs that is not even really giving you a good return. And having a job is not a bad thing, right? I know people, you know, we have jobs so that we can make ends meet and, you know, buy groceries and have a roof over our head and stuff like that, right? I'm not saying that jobs are bad, right? Jobs are absolutely a great thing, right? We can save, we can provide the basics for ourselves, for our families, right? I'm not bashing jobs, right? I hope that you understand that I'm not bashing jobs. What I am saying is that there are some environments, there's just some jobs that just does not serve you, okay? And the reason is because you know you want to do so much more, but your job drains you so much and you're not even really being compensated the way you really should be compensated for it, right? There are companies out here that actually, you know, sadly abuse their employees, right? And they don't compensate their employees enough, which is really unfortunate, really sad. And so some of us, we need to walk away from that. Again, I'm not telling you quit your job tomorrow and then have no way to make ends meet. I mean, there are people who do that, right? I can talk about this all day. You have the adventurous path. You know, there's different paths to entrepreneurship, which I can get into some other time, but you have the adventurous path, the strategist path, you have the grinder's path. And, you know, a lot of people take the adventurous path where you just like get up and you're just like, you know what, this is it. There is no plan B. I'm just quitting my job, or I'm just going to leave this thing and I'm going all into entrepreneurship. Okay. Some people do that. And sometimes it ends up being the best thing that people could ever do. All right, because you're then able to put all of your focus, right? All of your passion, you know, your focus, your genius into this thing, right? Versus trying to skimp time, trying to skimp, you know, an hour here, an hour there to, you know, build a business, right? Some of you may not need to fully quit your jobs. Some of you just may need to not be so consumed, not be so consumed with your jobs, unless you're trying to really become the CEO or something. The point that I'm trying to make is sometimes our jobs don't allow us to go out and build for ourselves. And if that's the case for you, then you must figure out how to either spend less time at your job so that you can start building your business. Anyway, I don't want this video to be too long, but you guys get the gist, okay? There's some things in life that you just absolutely need to quit doing in order to become successful, in order to get to that next level, right, of your life. Quit complaining and just do the work. Quit the blame game and just take ownership. Stop all the distractions, at least for a period of time. Quit comparing your life with others and just simply quit unhealthy habits. If you liked today's episode, be sure to hit that like button, all right? Oh, by the way, before I forget, okay, there is something coming up. All right, something coming up October 1st. I'm hosting a live virtual event. It's going to be basically for, you know, women in business, or if you are an entrepreneur or a business owner, you're trying to get to the next level, or, you know, the next level in business, you're trying to, you know, increase your sales, grow your business. The details, we haven't fully finalized the details of this live virtual event, but it will be free. Okay, it will be a free event and you're definitely going to learn something. That is what I can promise, but I wasn't going to mention it today because we don't have the full details, but it is going to be, I believe, the first Saturday in October. So you definitely want to sign up, especially if you are a faith-based, you know, woman entrepreneur. Not leaving my men out, okay? Not leaving you men out, but especially for my women entrepreneurs, all right? That's really looking to go to the next level in business, right? And you feel stuck. If you feel stuck and you're trying to, you know, just grow your business, make some extra money, this live virtual free event will be for you, okay? There will be a link below that you can sign up to be notified of more details, the full details of this free live virtual event. All right. But anyway, beautiful people, listen, if you did like today's episode, be sure to hit that like button, all right, as well as that subscription button and the notification bell as well. That way, whenever I post videos like these, you'll be the first to know. Again, it's your girl Bivia. It was an absolute pleasure. Let's continue to grow those businesses and get well together. And I'll see you guys later. Be blessed. Bye.